Okay, so today topic, first of all, we are going to discuss about the overview of SAS. Then we have the key features. Then we have the SAS applications. After that, we will learn what is the SAS framework. Then we have the how SAS helps to reduce the crime ratio. It is the most important topic that we have today. Then after that, we will going to know that SAS, how it is providing the better analytical solutions and how it is helping us to building a safer community. Okay, so as per our today's topic, we have SAS in ensuring the one-stop access to the crime data analysis, and we have already seen our today's agenda. So let's proceed further with our today's lesson. So first of all, a quick overview of SAS. We all know, or somehow you may don't know, that is completely different. So SAS is nothing but it's a statistical analysis system, which is nothing but a statistical software suite developed by the SAS Institute for Data Management, Advanced Analytics, State Analysis, Business Intelligence, criminal investigation, or we can known as the crime investigation, predictive analysis. So it is a computer programming language that is used for the statistical analysis, or we can say that for a data to undergo some statistical methods analysis. So it was developed at the North Carolina State University from 1966 until 1976 when SAS Institute was incorporated. So as we know that it is a statistical analysis software which is widely used for the data analytics. Okay, so it is a software suite that can alter, that can mine, manage, and retrieve data from different resources and platforms by performing statistical analysis on it. We all know that nowadays we are generating a large amount of data, or we can say in some terabytes or exabytes of data per day globally. Okay, so what we will do with that data? If we are generating some data, then obviously there is an analysis of data will be performed. So how the data analysis will be performed? It is nothing but it's in a form of statistical software, or we can tell it as the data analysis can be performed with a software. Okay, so for this analysis part, SAS is providing a greater opportunity. SAS is providing a best methodologies. We can tell it as advanced computational methods, technologies, including the advanced AI also, with the help of the machine learning algorithms, data encryption algorithms. SAS is providing a numerous opportunity, numerous performance, is with a better performance for the analytics of the for the analysis of the data. So it is also used for the data management, report writing, business modeling, application development, and data warehousing. When we are collecting some data, we don't know that from which resources it is obtained from. Suppose there is a data analyst present in a company, and some projects are coming to the company, and they don't know, okay, from which source of data, in which format the data is coming. And if you will go and if you will work on the industry level projects, then there is they don't have that just when we are practicing something, or when we are learning something, we just deal with the data as of a number of some thousands, not more than that. But when we are completely into the industry level project, at that time we have to deal with the millions and millions of data and records, and with a different kind of format. So SAS has the capability that it will deal with different kind of data with different formats also, and from different databases also. So it has enhanced libraries that will help you to access the data from different resources. We will talk about it provides a point and click graphical user interface for the non-technical users and more advanced options to the SAS language. So in SAS, we have SAS has its own rules for the scripting format for writing the scripting. It's a scripting language. So this is a helpful tool through which you can use the qualitative techniques and the procedures that allow you to increase the employee productivity and the business profit. Okay, so in SAS, the data is extracted, categorized in tables, which helps you to identify and analyze the data pattern. So it includes some extra techniques for the small data sets, high performance statistical modeling tools for large data tasks, and modern methods for analyzing the data with the missing values. So the data that is extracted from different resources, they are completely unbalanced. This means they are completely unbalanced, and so for that part, it provides many modern methods to balance the data set. With more than 4 decades of experience developing advanced statistical analysis software, SAS has established the reputation for delivering superior and reliable results. So it is very confident that it has providing the enhanced security system for which the industries are very willing to use the SAS for their as an analytical software. So coming towards okay, so this is a software suite that allows you to manage the advanced analytics. Okay, besides it, the SAS platform is an independent software, which means that you can run SAS on any operating system like Linux, Windows, Mac, in any whatever operating system you have, you can use the SAS on it. So it contains if you will talk about if we will talk about the key features of the SAS, then it has three windows. SAS has three windows interface, which is used for performing any kind of statistical analysis. It has SAS Studio, it has SAS Enterprise Guide, and it has SAS windowing environment. So it has an expansive library of ready-to-use the statistical procedures. It delivers the latest statistical methods and high-performance computational tools along with the user-requested enhancement. We can transport the SAS in the various computing environments if we will do so, and it works exactly the same on all platforms except for an interactive window. So the key features of the SAS programming language, if we will talk about, first it has the strong data analysis abilities. The strong data analysis ability is the we can tell it the first feature of the SAS software and the programming language. So it is like a complete package for the data analysis section. Its analysis ranges from the simple figures to the advanced level. So means from the small data to a data containing of millions of records, it can do the analysis. For example, suppose if you will take it will plot the bar graphs with the data provided to calculate the correlation between the complex data sets. Okay, so the best part, if we will talk about the SAS software, is the inbuilt library because there are all the necessary packages required for the analysis and reporting of the data. Secondly, the second feature of the SAS is it is the flexible fourth generation programming language. So SAS, it is a fourth generation programming language and its essential feature, it is an essential feature of SAS because the SAS programming language has an easy to learn syntax. So more than that, the code of SAS programming language is like the statements, and these statements are clear and concise instructions to the systems. The libraries of the SAS has reduced coding for common applications to provide an opportunity to modularize our job. It is also the user friendly for the non-programming users. So it is an, we can tell you it is an interactive language. Its log window, it has the three windows. It has the log window, it has the editor window, and it has the output or reporting window, we can tell it as. So in the editor window, we are writing the codes. Again, the everything that we are going to write, means the code, the scripting, everything. In the log window, it has the means bestest user-friendly windowing enhancement, that whatever results you are getting, besides that, what is occurring? Okay, well, suppose you have done some mistakes, there is some errors. You can easily recognize in the log window, and in the result and the output window, you are getting a better insight of your data. What are the output results you are getting, or what are the reports you are getting? You will get in that window. So it is very user friendly, and its log window is like a mirror that keeps giving instructions to you, and it also provides the notes and marks the error. It is there is also a DS2 which helps in the data manipulation. The complex data can be manipulated in its place in the database. So third, it has a SAS Studio. It is a unique feature among the SAS features. We can easily access the SAS Studio from any device and with any web browser. Okay, there is no need for client installations for any, we can tell it as for any permissions or something. So all libraries and the data files that are needed in the SAS program can be accessed through any web browser. It is very instructive. We can tell it as it is very instructive. As soon as suppose we start typing, there is a autocomplete feature which will give the user some indications, or we can tell it as a doc strings. Yeah, the doc string also it will give you the suggestions also, that okay, after this what you will write. So these many kind of indications of various procedures also it will provide. For further guidance, it has the pop-up syntax and parameter list also there. And also SAS has a SAS help documentation in which you can access whether you got stuck in some programming, whether you are confused about something, then you can go and take the help of the SAS help documentation at any time. After that, it supports for various data formats. So the SAS, we can tell it as it has the ability to read the data from any type of file, from any type of file and any format, and even some files with the missing data. So it provides the support for the SQL also. It has an extensive database of character encoding also. So then we can tell it as a full support for the most commonly used languages. So it also maintains the singularity so that the SAS can work with the data many languages. After that, it has a management like it is one of the most, we can tell it as a significant features of the SaaS software. So it has environmental manager that alerts, monitors, and manages the analytics environment. The extended, we can tell it as the graphical user interface administers the SaaS functions and SaaS management console also it has. So we can also execute a failed program entirely in the restart mode. It starts again from the same stage where the program failed. The XML engines have many functions like importing and exporting the XML documents and creating XML maps. So after that, it has the report output format. So it is capable of displaying the analytical ranges and the number of reporting options. the engine of the SAS, the base SAS engine, we can tell it as the SAS 9.4, has the high quality graphics such as the ODS statistical graphics. The ODS means the output delivery system, statistical graphics, then the ODS graphics designer and editors. We can save and create reports in standard formats such as RTF, such as in the PowerPoint, in PDF. So we can also save them as the ebooks and iBooks. It depends upon the user. So it will give us the luxury of the visual analytics. We can customize the output also according to the hierarchy of the client's requirement. We can do it, and the output can be ported also to different places, to different servers. So it has data encryption algorithms which ensures that the security that holds the essence of how we provide access. And for that, the SAS has a security feature called SAS or secure. We can also encrypt the SAS data on the disk through the various algorithms. So it is all about the SAS features or characteristics that we have discussed. Now coming to the SAS applications. So if we will talk about the SAS applications, then we have the SAS in the multivariate, it has the multivariate analysis, then it has the business intelligence, it has the predictive analysis, then it has the creating safe drug and clinical research and forecasting. Okay, so if we will go and learn it in a brief. So it is the SAS. It is initially designed. We can tell it to complete the statistical analysis, but now it is also used for the analytics. Okay, it is not just for use for the statistical part, but now it is also used for the whole analytics, means from the data collection to the deployment. We can use the SAS. It is mainly used for processing the complex raw data into the meaningful information. And this meaningful information helps an organization to make better decisions. If we'll talk about the multivariate analysis, the multivariate analysis is used to analyze multiple elements or variables at the same time. So the SAS investigate the relationship among the various variables without categorizing them as an independent or independent. It also uses the different studies, we can say, that reflect the effect of variable factors on a single result. It also includes the analysis of the factor bivariate and many regressions. And if we will talk about the business intelligence, so business intelligence, we all know that it is associated with the technologies and the strategies that are used by any enterprise or by any organization for the data analysis of business informations. So this analysis of the data helps the senior team by providing the scope of decision making. Suppose we get in the business platform, suppose we are getting a data of different kind, different kind of data of different domain. So from that data, how we are making some decisions, how we are making the accurate, or we can tell it as the predictive or the future decisions for the development of that company or for the profit of that company. So it is done by the SAS only. It also provides the intuition regarding the current predictive and the historical views of business working. So coming to the predictive analytics, the predictive analytics uses the statistical algorithms, the data, then and the machine learning to identify the possibility of the future outcomes that is based on the previous, or we can tell it as the past data. So as the name suggests, the predictive, that means it uses already available data for the future prediction. There are various statistical techniques to draw the inferences of the prediction. For example, suppose we take, I'm just giving an example, a product of a company that continues some trend in the sales. Okay, and it is continuing that trend over last 5 years or 10 years. Okay, so by analyzing the sales data of that product, it is predicted that it will we can predict that the demand of the product will not change because they're just following the trend over 10 years, like last 10 years they are following the same trend. So how the demand will change, how the demand will grow. So now if you take another product of the same company with the which has the continuous the sale trend of changing demand every month. So by analyzing all the factors such as then reason behind the variation, we can say what are the conclusions, then what are the customer feedback process. It is predicted that there is a high risk in the product. So in the case of such products, historical data cannot be used for the sales predictions. So in the clinical research and forecasting, how the SAS is helping it is the most important part because SAS is completely providing with all its features, with all the development to the clinical research and the forecasting. In the field of the medicine, there are some revolutionary changes that has occurred due to the SAS. So you have never imagined what are the revolutionary changes, how it has impacting in the field of the medicine. So it is used in the diagnostic decision making system. It helps in the critical decision making, such as the prognosis and diagnosis. Both are the vital elements of the medicines, right? And it when we are coming into the medicine means it is a life risk of someone. It is a life risk. So it must be the result will must be precise and accurate. For that only, SAS is used to see if patients are at risk or not. It is the tool is even used in finding the little chances which can improve the condition of a patient. So these are the applications that we are we know about the SAS. Okay. Now, if we will talk about the advantages and disadvantages, so SAS is easy to learn. Okay, it has the advantages. It is easy to learn. Like the syntax is very easy. It can be learned easily without any programming skills, so that anyone can learn it. The coding of the SAS is in the form of very simple statements. Like it is like an instruction you are giving to the machine to what to do. It has the ability to handle the large database. Then there is an it has the capability in which the codes are very easy to debug. It has a debugger. It has a code debugger inside it, in which you can easily debug your code, and it is you can understand and also correct your mistakes or correct your error because the log window states this clearly. We have the log window where the error is completely displaying, and from that also, and from the debugger also, you can just go and check if something is means getting error. If you have something getting error, then you can easily understand it and you can easily rectify it. So it has tested algorithms, like the algorithm implemented in the SAS program is fully tested and analyzed by the developers. So the every version of the SAS is tested in a controlled environment before its release. And the testing is possible because SAS is a closed source language. It has the customer support. Suppose there is an organization of SAS maintains it maintains the proper monitoring. Like it is like a complete organization to analyze the SAS. It has intuitive. We can tell is a customer support. Okay, it has the data security. So the SAS software it is a primary tool for many large scale companies. Okay, so for that only it will be like if the SAS is not providing the proper security, then when the because the we can tell it as the crime in the crime investigation. Just take it an example of the crime investigations. So what happened there? If it is not providing the better security, then the data may be leaked, right? Although the SAS is used by both the public sector and the private sector, for the both government sector and the private sector. So in many cases, in the banking also, in the education also, the data are very important. So if a company is using some software, then it must be has the enhanced security. Okay, so it is providing the it is providing the enhancement security which will store the company's data, and it is very confidential. That's why it is a closed source of companies. No external tincture is possible because SAS is a closed source tool and it can also be edited by the SAS organization. In the extension of whatever I'm saying, so the data in the SAS is completely, we can tell it as it is secure. So in the case of office use, without license, we cannot extract the data. Okay, the manipulation is also not possible because of the data security. And this is the reason behind its popularity in the corporate world. Okay, so now we have completed the SAS applications. Now coming to the SAS framework. If we talk about the SAS framework, uh, means previously I have talked about the SAS Windows, right? It is providing three Windows interface. Now, if we will talk about the SAS framework, then the SAS framework consists of 5 steps. The first step is the access of data. Second step is the explore of the data. Third step is the prepare of the data. Then the analyze and report on the data. Then we have the export results. So if I talk about the accessing of the data, in the SAS, we have two steps. One is the data step and one is the procedure step. The data step where we are creating the data, manipulating the data. Okay, whatever manipulations we are doing, we can do with the data step. And in the procedure step, we are creating and generating the reports. Also there we are manipulating the data, but that is to for the graphical representation or for the reporting of the data. So when we are talking about the access of the data, we can access the data in the SAS to different libraries also to the SAS or in the SAS also we can do. And in the exploring of the data, it also has given some best methods to explore the data. Okay, like the filtering, like suppose we want to filter some data, suppose we want to read some data, so we can do it. Then we have the preparation of the data. How we are creating some new columns. Suppose we need some other. Suppose we are in the need of making some columns that is based on that is based on our data that we have obtained. So we can do that. We can sort our data, right? And after that, we can analyze our data, and also we can analyze our data like we can put some statistical methods. We can put some statistical computations, like we can analyze the frequency, we can analyze the mean, we can analyze the complete summary report also, complete summary statistics with the help of the SAS. Then after that, we can export the result in different platform. So it is all about the SAS framework. Now, how SAS helps to reduce the crime ratio. We all know that in today's era, the crime is evolving day by day. Right? It is not about that. Okay, crime means suppose shooting someone or something. No, crime means if it is totally based on we can say it as in the banking sector also, in the case of the fraudulence, in the case of suppose for the for harming the humans, for harming the society also. So it has many more strategies we are facing in day by day, and the way also the crime is going is just like horrible. We can't find complete plans, the complete informations. So in this case, the in the case of the insurance fraud claims, whatever, suppose we are giving some FIRs in for some investigations, and after that we won't find any clue. Okay, suppose there is a very big planning in the crime that is happening. and the sectors, the investigation sectors are they are not capable of finding the clues. So in that case, SAS helps in providing the best analytical solutions when we are analyzing, because how how we are going to how we are going to do the survey, or how we are going to check the crime ratio or check the crime. We have some data, right? When we got some meaningful clue or data at that time, what happened? The sectors, the investigation sectors that are sitting up on there, they are ready to do the analysis of that. How means whatever the questions that has prepared or that has come to their mind, they just do the analysis, and after that they will be getting, or they will be in a best result or best outcome, and upon that they will they will perform their actions. So here, if we will take it as, if we will learn that it has a multi-layer omni-channel fraud analytics. It has, suppose here is the event, here is the detection in entity level. Okay, here's the network. We can also do the hybrid approach. So the SAS has four kinds of the fraud control, if you will say, for the management, the data, the investigation, and the detection, we can say. So if we will talk about this part, the management, then data, then the investigation and the detection. So in the management, we have it has a reporting, it has the rules and models, it is providing the monitoring, and it is also providing the analytical feedback loop. In the data, we have the real-time data, we have the open APIs, then it has the data integration, the entity resolution, network link, and the analysis. Okay, and in the investigation, we have the alert trace, we have the advanced search and discovery, we have the workflow, we have the case management. And in the detection part, it can be done in the SAS with the help of the artificial intelligence, machine learning, multi-use cases, automated decisions, and the alert generations. Okay, so SAS, not only in that, it also be in the payment fraud, in the internal fraudulence also. So it's a form of different views, like different sectors in the different industries. We have facing the crime. So suppose we will take an example, like in the case of the fraudulence. Okay, in the case of the fraudulence, that suppose I will give you an example of, suppose the governments, like all the organizations, they're very vulnerable to the fraudsters, like who attempt to cheat and abuse the system. So each year, it will say, take the example of the tax revenues. Okay, so billions of tax revenues paid by the hardworking citizens are lost due to the fraud, abuse, and the improper payments. So these payments that they have a real impact. A hundred of billions of means we can tell it as rupees or dollars or something. So the fraud, waste, and abuse spending at any country federal level increased from a small amount to some billions. Okay, so the if we will and how the SAS is giving the solution. So the SAS detection and the investigation for the government helps the governments detect and prevent both the opportunistic and the professional fraud through improved data effectiveness and analytics. So we can standardize, integrate, and authenticate the data and consolidate the program integrity activities. By harnessing your quantitative and qualitative data, we can find, or we can better identify the fraudulent activity and which will stop payments before they are made. Okay, so the analytics, it is completely based on the analytics, which helps the government investigators to identify the abnormalities and the patterns that may indicate the fraudulent activities. For instance, by finding the patterns and aberrations using the visualization and analysis techniques. So this is The fraud, this is again the fraud, because fraudulence is also a crime. Fraudulence, so the if your hard work, if your whatever you are paying to the government, whatever you are paying to the government from your hard work, and it is not it is not getting in used in a proper way, and it is just like some people are there who are just using it in a bad way. Okay, so at that time, what happened? It will cause a great loss, right? So that calculates the propensity for the fraud at each stage of a process with a fraud analytical engine that uses the multiple techniques we have, that is the automated business rules, then search and discovery within the databases, then with the predictive modeling, okay, the machine learning, text mining, then the exception reporting, network link analysis, and artificial intelligence. So with the SAS, it is an online dashboard of key indicators and statistics that provides the access to information on improper payments such as an payment error raised by agency and program, and listings of the most egregious offenders. Okay, so how SAS is providing the how SAS is building a safer community, we will see. So in the first step, we have the it will decrease the fraud loss. So it will prevent the fraud loss before payments are made using the online and real-time scoring. It will detect the repeat offenders and more accurately score fraudulent activity by searching the databases of the known fraudsters and capturing all the fraud outcomes, referrals, and suspects. So as we can detect the insider or the collusive behavior by integrating the staff data, audit records that show who handled which transactions. So in the second step, we have also it has a detection and alert generation. It will not only detect your data, but also it will generate the alert. There are many procedures in SAS through which we can generate the alert system also. So these components enable the systematic detection of the suspicious activity using a fraud scoring engine that employs a combination of the analytic techniques to determine the likelihood of the fraud. So if we will talk about the detection alert components, then we have the score transactions in real time with an online scoring engine that lets you detect the fraudulent activity using a combination of the business rules. So the anomaly detection and advanced analytical technique also we have. So in the if you're using the historical data, it will the historical data is used to gain a deep understanding of behavior, allowing you to determine if a payment or if any crime that makes sense in the context of the past actions. Okay, suppose there is a criminal who is doing who is serially killing some persons. Okay, and when the investigators are constantly recording its crimes, its series of crimes, how it is planned, how it is get planned, what are the we can tell it as what is happening in the crime scene. Okay, what image it has left. So from the past records, from the past data, they will perform a survey, and after that they will come to conclusion, and they will just make some steps that will stop the future crime process. They can get the criminal, we can say it as, or the serial killer by the help of that data only. So it will also do the alert generation. Now it has the advanced analytics. Okay, by the advanced analytics, also it is going to provide you the best analytical solutions. It also has it has a means machine learning and the artificial intelligence. It is in the SaaS via product. Okay, that has gained the enhanced AI capabilities like automation for built-in intelligence, then simplicity, collaboration, and the transparency. So the embedded machine learning attributes that will make predictions more explainable, transparent, and accountable. Okay. So SAS has different applications in the it is in the it has the SAS Studio, the base SAS. It has the SAS in SAS. We have the SAS Visual Analytics. It is in the SAS. It is also used in the business intelligence. Okay, so it is also used in the field of the medicine in the healthcare part. So the embedded machine learning attributes will make predictions more explainable, transparent, and accountable. It also used the customized models to detect previously unknown schemes. The spot linked entities and the rings, which can also help stem larger losses. Okay, so these are in this way we can tell it as SAS is just providing, just it is building a safer communities, because if the crime will be got if the crime rate will be low, okay, then obviously we can sleep in a better way. Like we can take a deep breath and just uh, think that okay, we are living in a safer and a secure community. So also it is helping in the social network analysis. Like suppose the investigators can detect and prevent the organized fraud by going beyond individual transactions. Okay, or individual records. What are the individual records? Suppose they are posting in some social medias and all that. So with that record also they can track them. Okay. In addition, the solution deployment method typically has a faster implementation period, translating into faster and more significant. If you prefer to install and host the solution on site, the SAS will assist with the implementation and provide the industry leading training. Okay. So it has also through the SAS has the access on the go, means it has suppose we have the SAS Mobile Investigator, which is an app to access the SAS Visual Investigator on the go. So you just can search the data, receive and processes the task, create the new content, and manage investigations from the mobile devices only, with the added capability of the GPS location services. Have you ever imagined how SAS is helping? So it is providing means a very new way, new technologies, so that whoever are serving, whoever are serving in the detection of the crime, whoever are serving in providing the best and the safer security to us, the SAS is helping them as a backbone. Okay, so it has the intelligent case management also, which will store the fraudulent activity information, including the interview notes, the evidence that is needed for the criminal or the civil prosecutions, then the reinstitutions and the collections. It will assess your overall fraud exposure, including the losses due to the fraud as well as the fraud detected or prevented. It uses a configurable workflow for the management and resolution of the cases. So in this way, it the crime is increasing day by day, so the solutions must be needed, right? So for the government and the public sector is now using the SAS to provide a better analytical solutions and to do much more analysis and to do the much more analysis for the security purpose. Okay, so we have suppose it helps in building the safer communities and allocating the resources and services to those in need. We have also it is there is an example, there is a real time story of the North Carolina Criminal Justice Analysis Center that uses the SAS via on SAS cloud to improve the data accessibility and efficiencies in gathering and reporting the state and country criminal justice statistics to the stakeholders, policymakers, and the citizens. So what happened in North Carolina North Carolina? So there is a they have some drug and narcotic violations. Okay, that are second only to the simple assaults in the most reported crimes in that place. So according to the data in the FBI's National Incident Based Reporting System, it is the second most violating crime that is happening there. So there is given that the scenario enough, that is for the community services funded in the country to help assault victims and individuals dealing with the addictions. That's the type of question the North Carolina Criminal Justice Analysis Center wants to help answer. And how? With the help of SAS, the CJAC launched the North Carolina Justice Data Portal in 2022 to centralize the criminal justice data collected by the agency across the state. So this portal's reporting tool visually depict the crime data, analyze it at the state and the country level, has made the data publicly available. Okay, so the public will also see the results, see the analyzation, so that they can make safer themselves also. Okay, so the director of the CJAC has more than 20 years of research analysis experience in North Carolina government agencies, so including the division of the adult correction, then the juvenile justice within the Department of Public Safety. So she has experienced firsthand the time-consuming manual research and reporting the processes traditionally in a traditional manner. So when they are up to the SAS, when they start using the SAS, they are just like feeling very happy and blessed to have SAS as a software to analyze their data. So it helps the justice data portal for the decision making also. So it has see the CJAC partner, they got partner with the SAS to design the portal for the users. So from policymakers needing to make the data based funding decisions on the victim services programs to community service providers, which are trying to focus their efforts on the most critical needs and the undeserved areas. Okay, so those stakeholders require the criminal justice that's transparent, accurate, and representative of the populations they serve. So, with such data, we can say the criminal justice professionals can see where crimes are increasing or where crimes are decreasing with that data only, and how the service providers can understand which initiatives are working or not. What if the initiatives are working, then it's okay. How it is impacting? If the initiatives are working, then how it is impacting? If it is not working, then what are the changes that they have to do so that it will impact as much as possible? By using the SAS visual analytics, okay, powered by the SAS VIA, the CJAC worked on analyzing the NIVRS data, that is the narcotics data, okay, the National Incident Based Reporting System data. So using the SAS VIA, they worked on the analyzing of that data, and they developed publicly available dashboards through the portal. Okay, they developed a portal through which public can access. They can see in which area. Suppose some persons or some people are living in an area, so they have developed a dashboard in such a way the public can log in. They can log in. They can see what is the statistic where the crime. Suppose what is the statistics of the crime occurring in their locations. Okay, at what time the crime is happening, what are the initiatives measures are taken, what is the primary initiative measure a person should have to take to make secure themselves or to make secure himself. Okay, so based on that they have provided the dashboard, and this is the most important thing, that the public can have the access of the dashboard, so that they must be aware of such type of crimes. So in one page, the portal delivers the criminal activity, reported by the state law enforcement agency at the country level, reporting on the regular rephrase data that displays the monthly crime rates, crime types, and crime locations. So after that, the new justice data portal provides access to a rich source of information to identify the undeserved victims, to review the effectiveness, we can tell, of the existing victim services and program, or guide the technical resource development for service providers. Okay, so the portal users can filter the crime data also by the categories based on the crimes against the person, property, or society, as well as by the type of crimes within each of those three categories. Okay, so in further pages, the portal will pull from additional sources to produce some interactive dashboard for the public. So having one data source when everybody can see the exact same numbers will really advance the trust in the data. Okay, so there will be a common understanding of what the numbers portray. So in this way, SAS helped the North Carolina to reduce the crime, to aware their peoples, to know they just have built a complete dashboard through which any one of the people living in that country will access it and view it, and they gain the knowledge of the crime, how to stop the crime, what is the statistic, where is the location, okay, all that. So in this case, we can say it as the in the back says it was an easy decision to deliver the power of analytics on the SAS cloud. They have also deployed it in the SAS cloud also. So by extending the relationships, already building and running the solution on the SAS cloud, the GDSC team is able to scale and grow the solution as its organizations grow. This is also gives the GDSC a single point of ownership for its analytics in the cloud, saving its time and effort by engaging the multiple vendors. Because when we are doing some analysis with the SAS, so it will take a very less amount of time if you are writing the codes by following the rules and the conventions that is made by the SAS. And it is very user friendly. It is providing the interfaces. It is providing all of the techniques and methods, which is completely friendly to the user. And the code is very easy to write. Okay. So in this case, it will save the time, it will save your effort, and it will give you the correct and the predictive result with an enhanced security system for your organizations. Okay, for the organizations. So in this way, and for the all the techniques, all the methodologies, all the enhanced developments that is SAS providing, for that only the SAS is emerging and a powerful tool for the data analytics, and also not only it is helping in the analysis of the data, but also it is helping to reduce the crime, to reduce the fraudulence, to reduce any kind of any kind of that crimes in in a country, or we can say it as globally also. If we will talk it as globally, if there are some persons who are sitting over there tracking all the records, okay, so they also can face the data, they can also do the analysis, and they can also save the entire population, or we can tell it as the entire country from the fraudulence or from the crimes. So this is all about our today's topic. So, okay, so talking about our branches, so Sankhyana, as I have already told you that it is an IT firm. So it is providing the it is providing you the best analytical solutions, the training, and the consultancy also. for the both students and professionals. So the branches of Sankhyana is at the head office is at the Kulappa Circle, Kamanahalli, Bangalore itself. Then we have a branch office at Sector 2, HSR layout, and we have another office at Delhi, Rohtas, Bihar. So, if in any case, if you want any support, if you have any non-technical query, so please contact on the given number that is provided in the screen. Okay, and if you have any doubts, then you can ask me. So this is all about today's session. It is the most interesting topic that how SAS is helping in the detecting crime issues and providing us a safer community. Okay, so if anybody have any doubt, please or anybody want to know something, you can ask me. Otherwise, I will wind up this session and we will next meet with a new topic with a new session. Okay. So, okay. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day ahead.
Hello there.